I'm going to tie a Sedgehammer, and this is a good caddis emerger pattern, something a little bit different than just a traditional elk-haired caddis emerger. So I've got a size 14 scud hook in the vise, and I'm going to use an 8/0 black thread. And I'm just going to get that started about midway point in the hook shank here, and trim off the excess, and then I can tie in my rib. And for this, I'm just going to use a medium hollow ribbing, but you can use whatever tinsel you prefer. And I'm just going to get this started down the bend of the hook shank, and I'll come back up to the midway point. And now I can start to dub in my body, and for this I'm going to use an ice dub, and it's in a caddis green. So I'll take a pinch of it, and you can tie these in a variety of different colors by just adjusting the dubbing you use. So I'll get it started here at the top. Give it a couple of twists, and then I'll just work it down the body, not really putting a taper in, just kind of covering the hook shank. And I'll come back up to the top, and now I can bring my rib through. So just nice even turns with this. And when I get to the top, then I'll tie it off, and then I can trim the excess tinsel. Now I can put in my wing, and this comes in two stages. There's an underwing to it, and I'm going to use a dun colored calf tail. And so I'll take a section off, and I want to clean up any of that fur that's in there, and then I'll put this in my stacker. And get the tips aligned, and then I'll just measure this out, and I want it to fall maybe just short of the inside bend. The overwing then is going to be obviously longer than it, so I'm just going to tie that in on top, and I can come back through and trim off this excess. And then I'll get ready to tie in the overwing. And for that I'm going to use an elk hair. And so this is just maybe a darker shade of elk hair. And I'm going to take a small clump, I'll trim it off, and kind of repeat the process here. I'll remove any under fur that there might be, or any real short pieces or long pieces. I'll put it in my stacker, and then I'll give it one final inspection just to make sure that I've gotten off any of the odd ends here. And when I'm pleased that I've done so, then I can set it against the hook shank, and I'm going to measure it out to fall about the end of the hook, the end of the bend of the hook. So I'll just take my measurement and give it a trim, and then I can tie it in. And I'll start with some loose wrap so that it doesn't want to spin on me, and then I'll come back and give it a little bit more torque. And then I'll finish it off just here at the bend. Make sure it's situated on either side. And when I'm happy with that, then I'm going to dub the balance of the fly, and for this I'm going to use a muskrat. But again, you can use any sort of dubbing that you like here. I'd like to go with a little bit darker color here on the thorax portion, so get that dubbing noodle worked on there, and then just start to cover all that thread. And I'll build out just a little head of this. And whip finish. And I can trim off the excess there. And then I'll put just a drop of head cement . And that's my version of a Sedgehammer. Like I said, it's a good caddis emerger pattern, also a good still water pattern.